Your vet has always told you that you must have your dog on some sort of chemical product for fleas, ticks, and worms. Now, today, I'm going to break down the 3 biggest dangers of using these chemical flea, tick, and worming products on your dog. Now, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Lyndall Pinchen, and I've been been a human and an animal naturopath now for over 35 years. And I've seen many dogs that have fallen victim to the damaging effects of these products. So today you're going to learn the 3 biggest dangers with these products and how this affects your dog. And at the end, I want you to hang around because I'm going to share something that many people don't really understand about these products. So don't miss out on that final end tip. So let's jump straight into it, guys. Now, the first biggest danger here today is that, simply put, these products are pesticides, as many of you know, and they're neurotoxins. Now let's break that down. Most of you understand what a pesticide is. Pesticides, of course, cover a wide range of chemicals that are designed to control and kill off unwanted pests such as fleas and ticks. Now, already I'm feeling really nervous about the idea of putting this stuff into my dog's body. But if that isn't bad enough, these pesticides have what is known as a neurotoxic action. Now, neurotoxins interfere with how nerves communicate, especially between the brain, the spinal cord, and the muscles. Now, they either overstimulate, block, or disrupt the normal flow of the electrical signals within the flea, tick, or other parasite. Now, the real danger here is that while neurotoxins are actually only meant to affect the nervous system of fleas, ticks, and other insects, many dogs are sensitive to these and can experience seizures, tremors, kidney and liver failure, internal hemorrhaging, and even death, which, yes, I've seen. Now, neurotoxins are definitely something you want to avoid with your pet at all costs. The worst type of neurotoxic products on the market are those oral ones that your dog ingests as either a chew or a tablet. Now, our second biggest danger here today, guys, revolves around the amount of chemical that your dog is being exposed to. Now, when it comes to, for example, heartworm, although there have been a number of monthly products introduced, it's been found that originally products such as HeartGuard, which was one of the first ones, actually gave more than 6 weeks of coverage. Now, despite this, manufacturers recommend a monthly dose. Is this because they don't think dog owners can remember to give the product every 6 weeks? Maybe, I don't know. Now, similarly, the annual heartworm injection that you might get through your vet that's meant to last that 12 months, in reality, is much longer. Now, I remember talking to a holistic vet about this some time ago, who told me that the studies have shown that this injection can give more than 15 months prevention. Now, in both these cases, this means that you can be giving your dog much more of this chemical product than is really actually needed, which can, of course, lead to more negative side effects and impacts on their health. And this is especially the case, guys, if you have a very sensitive natured dog who will naturally be more sensitive to any chemicals, even at the normal dose. And remember as well too that every dog is an individual and is different in terms of their individual health and well-being and constitution. So one size does not fit all in terms of general dosing of these chemical products. Now, just before we go into our third and final danger point, please let me make it clear today that I am not telling you to stop using these products immediately or altogether. This is up to you, but it is important that you do have a really good understanding and of awareness of what you're putting into and onto your dog's body so that you as a dog owner can make an informed choice. Now, I don't think there are many of you out there that would feel really comfortable putting a regular dose of pesticide knowingly into your body or those of your children, for example. So why do it to your dog? Okay, our third and final biggest danger here today with these chemical products, guys, is the impact of these pesticide chemicals when applied topically, either in the form of a spot-on type treatment or an actual flea collar. Now, if you think about either of these products, the risk of spreading these toxins is real and damaging. Now, your dog can ingest that chemical through regular grooming of itself, either now other dogs as well that can come in contact with your dog also through play, close contact, chewing at a flea collar, anything like that, can also expose them. And what about young children or even us as the pet owners around our own dogs? Now, touching a dog that has this type of chemical on them can lead to transference of that chemical onto the skin, the mouth, etc. Think about small children and how they love to play with dogs. You can see how easily it could transfer from your dog to another animal or another human. And did you know that dogs that have these chemicals on their skin that go into any sort of waterways for swimming are actually passing this chemical into the water, and studies have found this to be the case. So not only do these chemicals affect the dog individually, but of course now they become a greater risk to those around them, every day. Now, there are many other reasons, of course, that I wouldn't ever recommend these products personally or professionally, but these are the three biggest dangers that I see. Now, I mentioned in the introduction, guys, that the one thing that many people don't really understand about these types of chemical products. Now, for these to actually work to kill off a parasite like a flea or a tick, for example, the parasite actually must still bite your dog. This is the only way they can ingest that chemical that's in the body or on the body of the dog in the bloodstream. And this is what will kill off the flea or tick. But by then, your dog has already had to have been bitten, meaning they are exposed to flea allergy, tick toxin, Lyme disease, and so on. Now, these pesticide chemicals are not preventative, meaning that they, just by having them on or in your dog, they're not going to stop a flea or tick from coming into the space. As I said, it's only when your dog gets bitten that that chemical starts to work on the insect. Now, I want you to think about that for a moment. It's funny how they are termed as preventative products, which I know every vet will tell you, but that really is a misperception. Now, regardless of the pressure that your vet might be putting you under to get your dog onto these products, or your cat as well, I would do anything I could to really avoid them at all costs. Now, we know of the biggest dangers of chemical flea, tick and worming products now that we've talked about here today. But what if your dog has been on them for many months or maybe many years, and you're worried about how this might affect them? Now, in next week's video, I want you to jump back online and have a look, because we're going to learn about how to deal with this with effective natural alternatives that we'll talk about as well. So don't forget to subscribe and click on the notifications to be notified of each weekly video, and especially that video coming up where I'll talk to you about what to do if your dog has been regularly exposed. Guys, I hope you have a great day. I'll catch up with you next week in that video. Talk to you soon. Bye for now.